Welcome to ISE's Equity Index Weekly Outlook, a weekly outlook on ISE and other industry indexes, hosted by Patrick Ceresna, a derivative market specialist and investment manager with extensive expertise in options and the broader derivative markets. ISE trades options on more than 15 proprietary sector indexes, as well as broad-based indexes and a variety of licensed benchmarks. ISE continually enhances its trading systems and develops new index options products to provide investors with the best marketplace and investment tools to trade smarter.
Hello and welcome to the ISE Equity Index Outlook for September 19th, 2011. This is Patrick Ceresna. As always, we start off with the chart of the S&P 500 using that spider exchange rate fund symbol SPY. The market failed to break down, and the bulls basically have now rallied the market to the top end of that wedge formation. The most probable outcome continues to favor that this market still does have to come down for another retest of those lows. And now that option expiration is behind us, it's very possible that this week brings about that kind of a market drop. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a market drop to new lows, but we more than likely are going to go for another retest of those lows along the downside before the market bangs out the lows of the year. One way or another, whether the lows are already in or whether there's still going to be one more low going into the end of September or first week of October, we do anticipate the lows of the year to be somewhere put in down here, and that the market should gravitate in more of a sideways formation for the remainder of the year before we see what 2012 brings in. So really at this stage we're skeptical about too much upside on the short term, more than likely returning back to the bottom end of the range at some stage here. Next year, I want to take a look at the ISE US Regional Banks Index, which is symbol JLO, and just like the S&P, we're forming a consolidation point. This is sort of like a little flagging formation sideways. Should encounter a significant overhead resistance at the previous highs around this 1950 area, but if we overcome that, the retracement could theoretically go as high as a 20.5 area on the upside. But overall, we like with the S&P, we're anticipating that there should still be one more good wave of selling to retest all those lows before we put in the low of the year. Next year, I want to take a look at the ISE Syndex, which is symbol SIN. This is an index of all the casino, tobacco, and distiller companies, and the Syndex, as well as created that sideways flagging formation and consolidating. It's worked its way up to around this 123, 124 area. It's quite possible that at any early strength this week could see 125 to 128 on the upside, but overall, again, with the broader markets, we anticipate the most likely course of action is that the market still has one more correction. We probably will have a solid retest of the 113 to 115 area to bang out the bottoms of the year. Next year, I want to take a look at the ISE Home Builders Index, which is a symbol RUF, and the home builders have been consolidating sideways right near the lows of the year. Really, there is predominant weakness here in the home builders, and while we've seen some much stronger recoveries in some sectors, the home builders certainly have not shown any of that. And it doesn't mean that they certainly can't bounce this week, but overall, there continues to be predominant distribution in this index. Overall, if the support lines at the $6 area are ever given out, it would allow there to be even a 10 to 20% move down to find support all the way down to $4.50 to $5. So it'll be very important for the bulls on the home builders to really hold this line. Next year, I want to take a look at the Natural Gas Index, which is symbol FUM, and the Natural Gas Index again continues to consolidate in a sideways formation, creating a little triangle. Overall, the commodities in general have continued to see weakness, predominantly by the strong U.S. dollar, and overall commodities are an area where there should continue to be a consolidation if the U.S. dollar trend continues. Overall, if this sideways triangle breaks downwards, we could see a test of the 100 level sometime over the next week or two. Finally, I want to take a look at that ISE Mini FTSE 100 Index, which is symbol UKX, and the FTSE, as well as just creating that little rising flag formation, coming for a retest of that zone. Again, there's some significant overhead resistance, not only just at the 545 level where the highs came in from the other week, but also from where all the lows came in around the 550 to 560 area. Overall, even if there is a short-term push higher, we anticipate the FTSE, just like expect the rest of the global markets to come back for another solid retest. That was your ISE Equity Index Outlook. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. For more information about Patrick Ceresna and to sign up for free index options trade alerts, visit www.optionsource.net. To learn more about ISE index options, visit us at www.ise.com/indexoptions.